big time for this podcast right now.
It's a huge time.
And still important to remember, Steve, $0 made. I feel like 25-year-old jet ski Steve is a happy...
We'll feature that audio.
Now, I'm the only Kyle who's ever listened to that monstrosity, so I can't sneak through.
I don't know if that's
I've polled them. I've polled all the Kyles.
Have you?
And they have determined that radio show is, like Philip, the worst. Can we get that Google Voice number of like 800 sports takes? That's way too many numbers, right?
Yeah.
Would that work? 1, 2, 3.
How about SPRT
TKE
and then the number 8? Sports Tate. Got it. Was that the original?
That was. That's a little throwback.
That was the brainchild right there.
Yeah,
Sports Tate.
That's the brainchild, the planted seed, if you will, Steve, of my upcoming solo sports podcast. I've got all these bubbling takes that I've got to spew, and I'll be doing that. And you can leave your thoughts or your questions at 1-800-SPORTS-TATE. And that's how I finally branch off from this.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all need a backup plan.
And remove the dead weight and, get all those hot takes from Sports Tate.
Yeah. Again, that's SPRT 8.
Yes, as absurd as it sounds.
Or maybe it was T8. I don't really remember.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Sunday, March 17th, 2019, the year of our Lord. It's the Steve and Kyle podcast on this very happy and festive St. Paddy's Day. Oh, look at the Irish.
Now, I'm assuming, Steve, that this is free and brought to you by our friends at the MacLeods.
It is, it's not brought to you by our friend Kevin and the MacLeods. It's brought to you by our friend YouTube with over 2.2 million views. This is Irish music, beautiful Celtic music, traditional Irish folk music.
It is, too. I love it. But I'll tell you what, if you play this for me in June,
not a fan?
Just not interested.
Need some pipes in there.
Oh, listen. There's no song on the planet. There's no music. There's no noise on the planet that's not improved by the addition of bagpipes.
No song?
None.
All right.
I'll say that about the harmonica as well.
What about, how about we start a band? I mean, because it's known to work out when we decide to start things.
Yeah, we're adding a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. So you're going to be playing the harmonica.
Yep.
You think I can play the pipes? The old squeeze bag?
Everything I've heard is that those things...
No one's ever called it the squeeze bag.
Every
squeeze pipes?
I'd almost prefer bag at that point because you're not squeezing the actual pipe, are you? Do we have a bagpiper who listens, do you think? Someone that could give you some guidance, because I would argue...
I know a guy who's in a pipe band.
Do you?
Yeah.
Like, if we're ranking instruments, obviously you know what I think of things like the piano, right?
Yeah, bottom tier.
Bottom of the barrel, not interested in having it in our band. Keep it to yourself. No. Go to your bar, your dueling piano bar, and have your fun and your hijinks there. We're taking this thing seriously. So we're starting off with me on the harmonica. I call it the Monica.
Okay. I call it the harmo.
We just don't have time to say it all. That's the way it is. So you're going to get on the pipes.
Yeah.
Which leaves us, like, traditionally, about 4 instruments away from a regular band. But in this modern version...
I feel like... I mean, look, listening to that, it was bagpipes and a harmonica. That was pretty much it.
So, I mean, are we worried about a vocalist? Are we going to try to recruit a vocalist? No vocalist.
Why? Why would you ruin such beautiful music with some idiot going,
That's the one review of music I've always heard. Why would you ruin the beautiful instruments by some guy going,
right?
Everybody, everybody's out there listening to those, to all the music. God, I certainly wish Michael Bublé would get out of the way of that fine guitar.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, some musicians aren't good enough on their own, and they need somebody to cover it up a bit by, squawking out a couple notes.
Now that is certain. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
So we're 2 parts into our band. Again, you're going to learn the pipe, so we're going to need a show piper.
The squeeze bag.
I'm never going to not laugh at that. So we're going to need a show bagpiper who can help Steve learn the ropes on the squeeze bag. So we can, and then I'm already good on the harmonica. I've got the Harmonica for Dummies book that I bought.
Yeah.
We need someone on the triangle.
Okay. I think we can find it.
I think
we can find a good
triangulist? Triangler?
Angler. Yeah.
Isn't that a fisherman?
Yeah. But
so we need an angler.
Multi-purpose.
We need an angler, but that angler has to have, the only requirement I have is they have to have 2 arms because they need to be able to.
Should be easy enough. There are a bunch of 2-armed people out there.
Never mind. It's still not going to work. They need 3 arms because they obviously got to, smack the angle. But I need them to also hold a rain stick.
For what purpose?
That's the other instrument, Steve.
Oh, okay.
In our band.
Right. But so we need a tri-armed dual musician.
Unless we get one of those weirdos who you'd see on documentaries who are like, I do everything with my feet.
Or like, the person that you see on a New York City street corner who has like cymbals between his knees.
Yeah.
And a drum on top of his head.
Yeah. And we're obviously looking to keep the rations, the shares, pretty minimal. That's why we're going to have the angler double down as also the stick man. So
he or she is playing 2 instruments, but only getting
1 share.
1 share. Oh boy.
Inarguably, Steve, much less important than the harmonica and the squeeze bag.
That's true. Yeah.
So far we've got the harmonica, we've got the bagpipes. We're going to add a triangle. We're going to add a rain stick.
Uh-huh.
I think to keep the overhead low, we hire one of those street performers who just bangs on a bucket, and he's our opening act.
Yeah, we'll get him a Homer bucket,
and we'll give this guy all the 5-gallon buckets he desires, or she. And if they want to provide their own, fake percussion. By, using rolled up newspaper or whatever it is they do.
Beatboxing?
Yeah. You go ahead. They're the opening act, and that's how we're going to keep the overhead real low on this tour.
Okay. Well, it's set then.
Again, no vocalist. I figure there's a couple songs where you and I just way too far off the microphone, are harmonizing with a, give someone to hum along to.
So that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
We cannot afford a lead singer.
Well, we can afford it. We just don't need it.
Sure. We're going to let the instruments do the singing.
Yeah. That's what all the good bands do. This is such a stupid idea.
Listen, of the dumb ideas we've had, and we've talked about some stupid side projects, this is my favorite one.
Yeah, I am not knocking it at all. Yes, it's stupid, but I'm 100% on board.
Listen, we've got, by my count, 5 months, 6 months to get this thing off the ground and touring before your baby's born. And then we have to go on hiatus.
Yeah, it's true.
So we've got.
But that's all right, because around this time next year we'll have a reunion tour.
Yeah. Well, and it's St. Patty's Day. That's our big money month.
The rain stick.
The stick man.
The angler.
The stick man angler.
Yeah. Well, we got it all planned out. This is great.
Were you ever in a band? Were you ever that guy?
No.
Even in high school, junior, you weren't like, Mom, headed to Billy's garage.
No, I never had. No one in my family has any musical ability. Annette's terrified that that half of the genes is going to overpower her half of the genes.
Sure.
And because obviously her dream is for our child to play the violin.
Oh God.
And I keep telling her, I was like, don't get too invested in that, because you got the Steve side.
Yeah.
We're not a musical bunch. Like we are not the Partridge Family.
There's a lot of questions there because Annette's tall, right? I think by definition she would be taller than
I think so, yeah.
Your average height, I think it would be
And
like
I'm
the average
like the
man.
tallest one in my family too.
So you got to look, I mean, early on you're thinking athletics, probably a no-go.
No. I mean, unless it's like, I don't know, curling or something where you don't need to be tall.
God, that's not gonna retire you, Steve. You can't let your child go into curling. Ugh. No, your first and foremost thought when allowing your child into athletics has to be, what is the probability that this career will help me into retirement at the earliest rate? And I can promise you curling's not even on that list. Also,
what do you think an Olympic curler makes?
Ooh.
Like a gold medal Olympic curler.
Well, because you don't get paid for the Olympics, right? So your money's going to be on all those hot endorsements.
That's true. Like
the curling Wheaties.
Hey, it's Steve here for curling shoes.
It's got to be it, right?
There is, yeah, that and the actual stone.
Maybe a curling knee pad.
I don't think they wear knee pads. I think they're hardcore.
Do you think they?
Because I don't think they actually slide on their knee. I think that they're in like a lunge position, but they don't actually touch the ground.
The highest earning.
I don't know. Zach, fact check us on all of this.
The highest earning curlers can make upwards of $100,000 in a touring season.
Hey.
But the rest of the competitors make far below that. Ranking of the earnings women curlers have made in 2017-2018 show the top 10 athletes making $40,000 or higher, while the rest making anywhere from $39,000 all the way down to $100.
$100
Imagine
a year.
You're listed as a professional curler.
$100 a year,
and you have to report that you made $100.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the other end of that. The $100,000 for because I'm assuming that's not a full-time, you said, for one season of work.
That's the highest, in a touring season. So I'm
this.
assuming that's non-Olympic
Riddle me
cycle.
this.
Yeah.
When is curling season? Are we in curling season
right now? Is it curling
now?
touring season right now? Or are we gearing up for the Olympics? When are the Olympics for curling next? Is that 3 years away?
Oh, God.
Curling touring season. The World Curling Tour, Steve, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, WCT, obviously.
What if it's just a never-ending cycle?
That's a possibility.
Like it's just they've made $100,000 during touring season, which never started or ended.
Yeah.
So week 1, 2018. So the last year began on August 2 to August 5. Now let me tell you what the purse was, Steve. And
August.
Maybe if
really, August. I would have thought. I would have thought that
Yeah.
curling was a winter sport, because of the ice and everything.
If you can pull up a financial translator for me,
Yeah,
so we
of
can figure out
course.
how much these purses are.
Financial translator.
So the purse at the Hokkaido Bank Curling Classic, it's obviously in Hokkaido, Japan. The purse there, Steve, was 1.7 million yen.
1,700,000
So in American dollars,
yen to U.S. dollars.
yeah.
Boy.
Let me guess. 130,000?
Not quite.
No. A little higher? A little lower?
15 grand.
Oh, all I had to do was look at these other ones. So they book it out of Hokkaido, go, run the bank for 3 days before the next one, because obviously they had to have a day job. And in 3 weeks, they head over to Calvert, Braden.
Oh, I love that area.
It's in Winnipeg.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, no, sorry. Braden Calvert's the champion.
So,
It's in Winnipeg.
not to be confused with an area, but it's a person.
This is the end of August. The purse there, 5,120 Canadian dollars.
All right, so that's like $40.
The big dog is coming up, though.
Oh, the granddaddy of them all.
So this is where they really hit the season. No breaks. August 24, August 30. You get to September 6. The purse, 26,000 Canadian. Oh, they work their way up. So yeah. So the curling season goes from August 2, and we're on week. Oh boy. It goes quite a while, Steve. It goes from August 2. They're still going. It goes all the way till May 8th through May 12th.
Okay,
so it's really it's almost
so it starts before football season and doesn't end until after baseball season has started for a month.
Yeah, May 8th to May 12th is the Curling World Cup Grand Final.
But these have got to be like Saturday and Sunday events.
April 23 through 28, so a full week.
All right.
That's like a Monday through Friday of you sitting in an ice rink. Nobody's there because who cares?
You're throwing a rock. Yeah, you're just kicking a rock around.
You're in Hidaiko, Japan, making $65. Like, do they have point standings? How does any of this work? Because you get to the Players Championship and then the Humpty's Champions Cup.
The Humpty Champions Cup?
That's in Saskatoon. That's coming up in the end of April. And that's 150,000 Canadian for the purse.
In Saskatoon, so when you know how like if you were to show up at the Olympic Village, there's like the big sign that says like welcome Olympians, and you walk under it and everything's great.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a sign out that says welcome curlers?
No, it's that one weirdo who's like has been following curling since he was a kid, but had his hand crushed in a meat packing accident, so he can never curl. So he just follows. He's a groupie.
Hasn't realized that he could just curl with the other hand.
Yeah. So the Jimmy, the one-handed curling wannabe, is now following the world's curlers around Canada. It looks like nobody else wants these idiots. They got one that go $18,000 purse. Ooh. That was in January in Tempe, Arizona. When I think curling, I'm thinking Tempe, Steve.
Yeah.
Champion there was Reed Carruthers.
Reed Carruthers.
Reed Carruthers sounds like a curler, right? I mean,
your boy is Reed. I venture to say your son is half a curler.
Well, this is REID, so this guy's a real loser.
Okay. Wait, now what is Reed's middle name?
Allen.
Oh, boy. That's a strong curling name.
Right? Reed Allen?
Yeah.
That's also, and that's a strong radio name.
That's a great radio. Did you name him?
Oh, for the most dying industry on the planet? I might as well have named him, Johnny Boston Globe. No way. It's a race. What's dead first, radio or newspapers?
Boy. I think newspapers. Newspapers are going to die first.
For your sake, I hope so as well.
Yeah. That would
if I had to choose. Now, ideally, I don't. I mean, again, I have 2 college degrees in both of those fields. So
it was like 15 years ago. Young, idealistic Kyle.
Yeah.
Full head of hair.
Yeah.
Thinking to himself, what do I want to be when I grow up?
Uh-huh.
I want to be a broadcaster or a newspaper reporter.
Yeah.
Those will never go away.
Who would ever not want a newspaper? And who...
Okay, if back then, if you were told, or if you were asked, Kyle, which of these will be gone first? Radio, newspapers, or your hair?
I think newspapers 7 days a week, Steve. Boy, that would have been a really rude question had someone posited it to me back then. Really a real dick thing to say.
Yeah, I mean,
if somebody had said that.
Hypothetically, if that had been asked, that would have been really rude.
This 15-year in hindsight hypothetical would have been just
totally hypothetical.
Really inconsiderate,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I would have said newspapers, ran my fingers through my hair, and said I'm going to get chicks while I slid a toothpick in my mouth because now I'm the Fonz.
Did you have one of those flip-out combs? Like a switchblade comb?
Yeah.
And then you do the...
I combed the side, slicked it back.
where you put the comb on first, the comb goes on first, and your hand kind of follows.
Yeah, because you got to make sure it stays fine and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I unrolled my sleeve to get my cigarettes.
Sure.
Went and got on my motorcycle.
Yep, and got the hell out of there.
I would have told you newspaper, Steve, and that's why I decided, hey, I should add another degree, a real booming industry, broadcasting with an emphasis on radio.
So what was the dream with
being in radio?
No, I mean with like the newspaper.
Yeah.
So were you going to be like the sports beat reporter down on the sidelines?
That was the dream, was being a sports writer, following a team,
interviewing the quarterback after the big game.
Yep. Asking though, given the age-old journalism question, can you talk about the offense in the third quarter a little bit? And then just sitting back and letting that tape recorder roll, Steve.
Okay. All right. What changed? What was the...
nobody reads newspapers.
Okay.
And that was evident in college.
Okay.
That those were going the way of the dodo.
So at some point, you're sitting there in class, taking notes diligently.
Yeah.
And then you had that epiphany. Oh, nobody reads newspapers anymore. Did you immediately put the pen down and stop taking notes?
Oh, I finished because I knew I was going to stick around for something else.
Okay.
But also, they don't really care if you want to go into sports writing in college. So the second I got, what was supposed to be one of the biggest assignments of the year for one of my journalism classes, and you were assigned a township, and your responsibility was to comb through, Steve. Now, I'm glad you're sitting down because you would be bouncing off the walls with excitement. You get to comb through the township budget.
Oh, boy.
And write a 15 to 18 page report-ish on the township budget.
Boy, this seems like it would have been perfect fodder had there been the watchdog page.
Yeah, right.
Back then,
I could be reporting all of the abnormalities that I found.
Yeah, maybe an overage.
Yeah, like hey,
maybe on the rare occasion you find a surplus. Hey, look, guys, $4,000 in the surplus. What do you say we build a gazebo at Main Street Park?
Hey, you're not going to believe this, but Jim, the crooked clerk over there, somehow took an extra $85 for pens.
Oh boy,
it was awful. And I was doing that, and this isn't what I want to do. Nobody wants to. I don't want to read this. I don't want to do this. This isn't what I came here for. And so I did that for 4 years and realized I could transition a lot and go into the next most booming industry, which was the broadcasting and radio industry, Steve. And quickly realized that is also going bye-bye.
Okay.
At a slower rate, granted, but we talked about it, a few weeks ago, how you guys are sucking up all the work for all the local joints, Johnny the Duck and Lisa.
Yeah, still without work.
Lisa, again, has a chance at a job. Poor Johnny's dressed like a duck. Where's he going to get a job?
Inexplicably, still dressed like a duck.
Guy's showing at the Apple. I mean, he's hoping that, the Yellow Duck Tax Services opens so he can go out there on the corner of the road for 1 month a year before tax season.
Oh, so he's permanently a duck.
Well, that's just how he goes around. He's Johnny the Duck. I mean, if you're just Johnny the Duck and you don't have a duck costume, you're just Johnny.
Is that what was their station? 106?
That's 1015.
101, I thought it was 1016 The Hut.
The Hut, and that's WHUT or WNUT, the Morning Cracker Jacks.
Johnny the Duck.
Johnny the Duck and Lisa, man. That's you ruining their careers. So, it's neither of those were wise decisions, and my son will be paying for those decisions for years.
So at what point was because we've talked about this at great length in the past, you also had another dream when you were a young boy to be an end of the driveway warrior, a mailman.
Yeah. I need to find that. I'll find this and I'll take a picture and we can talk about it. I still have. It's, in elementary school.
The first day of school, I'm 6 years old. My favorite color is blue. I like pizza, and I want to be a mailman when I grow up.
They'd always go through, student of the week or whatever, and there's no rhyme or reason. They're just making sure everybody gets it throughout the year, and it was my turn, and you fill out the paper, and it's those questions, right? It's your favorite color, it's your favorite sports team, and what do you want to be when you grow up? And apparently I was the most practical 8-year-old in the world. And I thought, well, I mean, it's a government job. They've get holidays off. It's
Well, what the hell happened? You were smart when you were a kid.
Yeah, and then
you
decided to go to
stupid
college.
when you went to college.
Yeah, you get beaten into you so much that you should do what you love and
Look at
yada
you now.
yada.
This is a downward trajectory.
Oh, there's no question.
You peaked at 8.
Yeah.
And it's been downhill for the last 22, 23 years.
Yeah, I'm 32 now, so the last 24 years have been nothing but a disappointment to me and my family
Look at you
name.
now. You're sitting in a basement talking into a microphone with me, some idiot, as we sit here and sample our Milk Duds and Charlie Chews.
Well, I mean, when you frame it this way, sure, it does look poor.
Yeah.
Based on what I wanted to be. You know what? The mailman dream I don't think is dead, Steve.
No?
I think someday I'll look into doing that again. I don't want to be one of those walkers, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you need to be the cool old mailman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like your thing could be rollerblades.
Wait a minute. So I'm going to be on a route, not with a truck, but I got this bag slung over my shoulder with all these letters in it, and I'm going to be rollerblading mailbox to mailbox? That's what you're... Okay.
Yes.
I mean... That's a real seasonal way to get around, but it's hard to argue the merits of being the cool old guy mailman when I'm
Yeah.
Do kids know what rollerblades are?
Not a chance.
What do you think
I think they've been gone so long that if you brought them back, most people would think that they're brand new.
What do you think the youngest person who uses their rollerblades right now? I mean, because there's still roller hockey, right?
Yeah.
But who's saying, "Hey ma, hey dad, I'm gonna go out for a quick blade.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a half hour."
I really want the new pair of K2s.
Yeah, like they've got the pump action side nozzles that really, make your foot feel like it's in a blanket while you're blading.
Man, I loved rollerblading for a while.
Rollerblading was as you've talked
so
about.
much
You
fun.
got the Devil's Backbone.
Yeah.
What was that disaster of a movie?
That was oh God, Jack, the rules are there are no rules. Anything goes. What the hell is the movie called?
It's one word, right?
Oh no!
I can't believe you're forgetting.
I can't believe I've forgotten this.
One of Steve's most influential movies of all time.
What the hell was it called? Oh God!
Oh, this has got to be embarrassing.
With, Seth Green. He's the red-haired kid, right?
Well, you search for the Devil's Backbone movie, and there's actually a movie called The Devil's Backbone, so that doesn't help anybody.
That was not it. Airborne.
Airborne. That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, and have it be known that I did not Google that. I was able to think of that.
Yeah,
on my
I
own.
couldn't find it.
Yeah,
I
Jack.
couldn't. Do we need to get a couple pairs of blades? You and me?
I have my hockey skates.
You have roller. Yeah. Now, are those, where you're going to need to replace the bearings or something?
No, they should be.
Because you went through sand, and if one granule of dirt, grass, or gravel gets near these, the gel roller balls, the whole blade is just ruined.
Well, I don't know. I mean, do you normally have to do maintenance on something after not using them for a decade?
No. I think you bust those things out. You put them on your feet, which are certain to be the exact same size and fit.
Sure. Up until I moved here, I still played in a roller hockey league until the week before I moved here.
You and me, we're going to take off our long sleeve shirts, tie them around our waists.
Yes.
Slap on our baseball caps and sunglasses. Put both hands behind our back, locked like we're saluted, like dignitaries walking by.
So we're speed skaters.
And we're gonna get into that rhythm, and we're gonna go hit the neighborhood, and we're gonna traverse. You and me, we're gonna go blade. We're gonna get some ice cream, sitting in our blades. Now the question is, how cool are we gonna? Are we gonna be those cool guys who rip the brakes off the back?
Yeah, of course. You can't have brakes on them.
So stopping is going to be a real learning adventure. Now we can buy. It looks like we can buy a pair, Steve, $59 on Amazon. Boy. That's boys. Not going to work for us. Probably wouldn't fit our feet. Men's $47.33. That's Roller Derby.
That's the brand?
Roller Derby Men's VTech.
Okay.
So
if I go into a Dick's Sporting Goods,
yeah,
I can't buy rollerblades, right?
Ooh. Do Do you think they have to have them somewhere, right?
I got to check to see if this store is still in business that I used to be my go-to rollerblade store.
Oh, you went there for all your parts? Like, hey.
I did.
Hey, Bill. The second strap on the left one is getting a little loose.
Yeah.
Tighten her down, please.
That's the very easy to pronounce Danzeisen and Quigley. That is, believe it was, let's see, Danzeisen and Quigley, South Jersey's premier specialty sports store in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Hey, still there?
D&Q is still open.
Oh, good. Didn't go the way of Jack.
Snowboards. Okay, let's see. They have bike, swim, winter. Oh boy. It would appear as though they're not much of a specialty sports store anymore because swimming, not really a sport. Biking, it's not really a specialty sport.
No.
So, yeah, that used to be the place, man. You go there, you get your rollerblades. They had like BMX bikes.
Get them all tuned up.
Yeah.
Like, hey, can you check the bearings?
Yeah.
Got to replace the gel wheel.
I'm thinking of upgrading to some ABEC 5s. I only got ABEC 3s in there.
Yeah, I got to get that extra few miles an hour on the downhill slopes.
Boy, this may be the most tangent-filled first half hour.
I'm just trying to backtrack right now.
Okay, so we're talking about rollerblades now. Before that, I don't know how we got onto the topic. Okay, already lost it. We talked about your aspirations to be a newspaper guy. We talked about how much professional curlers make.
Yeah, that's where I lost us. We were talking about
we talked
curlers.
about starting a harmonica and bagpipe
band. Yeah. We were a band, Steve. I don't know how that got to curling, but that's neither here nor there.
We got to a band because it's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day, Steve. Though it doesn't matter to anybody listening as it's 2 days later.
Yeah, but we digress.
We have a lot to get to today. I'm glad we just started the episode.
Yeah.
32 minutes ago. Our apologies. But also, you know what? More importantly, you're welcome for all of the information we just gave.
Yeah.
Who else was checking on the Hadoiken Open in Hadoiken, Japan for the curlers and finding out that their salary numbers?
Do you think there's fantasy curling?
No, but there needs to be.
I bet there is.
If there's a whole season, there needs to be fantasy sports related to it.
And we've confirmed that there is a season. And it's the longest season ever.
They get 2 summer months off. That's it. And then they're back at it trying to provide a meager meal for their family. They're the Bob Cratchits of athletes.
Yeah, not great.
Trying to bring home a turkey dinner for Tiny Tim.
So they all have like young handicapped children at home?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And the 2 months they're home, the kid, I don't even know who you are anymore.
I'm just out there curling my ass off trying to put food on the table.
And then the kid gets so mad he falls off one of his crutches, and it's a big, big moment.
Is that when every time a bell rings?
No, that is Jimmy Stewart gonna jump off a bridge. What is that Christmas movie?
Oh, the one where
It's a Wonderful Life,
where he's gonna lasso the moon.
Yep, it's a Wonderful Life.
See that moon, Mary? Yeah, just throw a lasso up there and pull it right down. Shut up.
Stop. Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Not a fan
of
It's a Wonderful
like that. People
Life.
never talked like that.
Well, it was the 1930s in the movie.
Yeah, but still, why? Why do you talk like that?
I'm fascinated by it. I've only seen it a couple times. But obviously you're talking about a different generation. I watched it this winter again. Seeing like the way he treats his wife is absolutely cringeworthy. Like at one point I'm pretty sure he grabs her by the shoulders and pushes her up against a wall and it's yelling at her about something because he had a bad day down at the bank and loan or whatever it's called.
But in his defense, she was probably being a crazy broad.
That is true. That is true. Now, we have a couple of things we need to get to, Steve. There's a gift here we received we're going to open. But first and foremost, to tie up this loose end from last week, we were talking about, well, we're not talking about it anymore. It's official, and it's written in stone, Steve. That is by a margin of 60... Oh, wow. 68% to 32%, Steve. Say, who is happier? 44-year-old Pool Steve. 68% of people agree is happier.
44. Okay, so I got just over 6 years.
Yep.
And then I am bound by this web poll.
Yep.
That I have to get a pool.
Yeah. 32%
right, so
say 25-year-old Jet Steve was a happier person.
5.5-year-old child at that point.
Yep. Perfect time for, no safety concerns there.
No. Nope. None whatsoever. And at this point, I will just a 5.5-year-old. Who knows after that? There could be a 3-year-old right behind them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a 4-year-old or a 2-year-old. Oh.
Well, I'm just saying, just start saving your pennies. Start start stocking some cash away when you get the chance.
Yeah, pools are kind of spendy, aren't they?
Very spendy. And I know you're going to do it right.
Yeah, of course.
You're going to build that sucker in the ground. I want a grotto.
A grotto, okay.
Maybe when you're at a hotel and they have the pool, but then just a little barrier wall and then the hot tub if you really want to.
Ooh, you know what I like too is the hotels when you're at the fancy hotel that has the indoor pool.
Yeah.
But it's connected to the outdoor pool, but then there's the glass. There's
yeah.
So you have to swim under it in order to get outside.
Okay.
But
yeah. Now, obviously, you're going to have the newest in technology. You're going to have LED lights.
The pool will end up in here.
Yeah.
In the studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the more reason. APS 4.0. By that point, it'll be APS 6.0.
Yeah, because I will have moved 4 times.
Yeah, you'll have moved 4 times, or you will just need that room for something. So all the work will have moved to different areas.
Yeah, that'll be for our 5th and 6th child.
Yep. Obviously, triple bunk beds now because you're somehow running out of room in this house you bought.
Right. Oh, God.
So obviously, you're going to have the height of technology, Steve. You got to have all the LED lights, built-in speakers.
Yeah, and that stuff, it's not like it'll ever be outdated.
No.
So, yeah, I can
make a connection for your iPod.
Install it one time, and it's done. Until next year when the new latest and greatest is
out. Like a DVD player on the walls.
Yep. Laserdisc, maybe. Now, what do you think? Obviously, we're doing in-ground, but I think we have it shaped, kind of like a bowl.
Yeah.
So that way when I drain it in the winter, we can strap on the blades.
Oh, a little half pipe?
Yeah, and do and go skating out there.
Well, and then
do some fruit booting in the empty pool.
Yeah. It's me and you. Well, a sweater tied around our waist in the fall. Fruit booting away in your empty pool.
Yeah. At age 44. Yep.
Boy, we're going to age gracefully into this new character that we have to do, apparently.
Oh, God. So, I don't know if you noticed that I'm not sounding myself today. My voice is a little rough, a little congested.
I don't know if this is the right time to tell you. I barely ever listen to you.
Appreciate that.
I'm just here. I'm kind of waiting.
You're just filling silence in between the time when I'm talking?
Yeah, anytime you're talking, I'm just waiting for a gap to get my next thought out. That's the way that podcast partnerships work.
Fair enough.
But no, you texted me yesterday that you're not feeling the greatest, Steve.
Yeah, you had sent a text on, I think, Friday night saying, hey, we're going to be going to this St. Patty's Day thing. Goes on all day Saturday.
Yeah.
So I sent you a text yesterday morning. I was like, I would love to, just not up to it. Been feeling sick for the last couple of days.
Well, and your wife's a buzzkill when she's out drink because she can't drink.
She doesn't even drink when she's pregnant. Ugh. What the hell?
So I don't want her coming. So she could just sit there and stare at my beer glass, licking her lips.
Yeah, a little drool coming out of the side of her mouth.
Just staring at the beer glass, one hand rubbing her belly though, trying to remember why she's not doing it.
So I started feeling kind of sick on Friday. And woke up Friday morning. Now, I've had this ongoing check engine light issue in the Jeep for the last couple of months.
Okay.
And I've known what the issue was.
Jeep 1.0?
Jeep 1.0, yeah.
Okay.
It's the check engine light did the little scanner thing, and it told me that my catalytic converter was bad.
Okay.
Well, crap.
Was
that
it
sucks.
stolen? Is that still a thing?
I don't know. Because they apparently have like precious metals in them or something.
Yeah, wasn't that was a big thing for like, hey,
so,
why
yeah.
if you're, make sure to, zip tie down your catalytic converter so nobody can steal it.
Right. So I had a couple days off this week. So at the beginning of the week, I decided, okay, now's the time. I'm going to order that new catalytic converter. I got a couple days. I'll install the thing.
Yeah.
Great. No problem. So I started it like on Thursday, and through a comedy of errors, it did not get done on Thursday. So now, Friday morning, I wake up. It's 8 a.m., and my vehicle is partially taken apart. So I can't drive it. But I'm like, that's fine. I got nowhere to go. I'm just going to get up early. I'm going to start working on it. I'll have it done by lunchtime, and everything will be good. So I went out into the garage. Finally got that catalytic converter out. Set it up on the workbench. And I'm about to start installing the new one. And I think to myself, oh boy, this has got an oxygen sensor in it. It actually has two of them. One of them I had already replaced.
What is that for?
That measures like the amount of unburned fuel that is coming through the exhaust.
Regretted asking it the second it was out of my mouth.
So I've already replaced one of the two,
mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking to myself, well, I have this thing out.
Oh boy.
The second one is impossible to get to when it's like when the whole thing is installed. I should just replace this one too while I have it out.
Okay.
No problem. Great. It's like a $40 part. Look up online. The parts store has one in stock. Hey, golden. Oh, crap. My vehicle's taken apart.
Yeah.
I can't drive over there. Annette's at work. So then I get the idea. Look over in the garage.
God.
See that hog sitting there? Pop the seat open. Grab my leather riding gloves.
Yes.
Put my helmet on.
You're hitting the road.
Swing one leg over that thing. Go to hit the starter. Dead battery.
Well, it has been sitting for how many months now?
Yeah, it's been sitting for 4 months. So that's not a surprise at all. So I take the battery out of the Jeep, bring it over, hook it up, and I hit that starter like 50 times, and the stupid thing wouldn't start. I'm like, crap. This sucks. Okay. That's a fairly nice day. I'm going to ride my bike to the auto parts store. Okay.
Again, now Friday was not that nice of a day. The nice day
terrible.
Around here was Thursday. It was probably 60 degrees, but by Thursday, it was probably, I think, mid-30s.
It was down into the 30s, so it was cold. No big deal. Bundled up, had a jacket on, had a hat on, had some gloves on.
Yeah.
I was about 3 blocks from the house, and it just started pouring.
Oh, God.
Absolutely pouring. So let me ask you, did I turn around, or did I keep going?
I mean, you're a pig-headed idiot. You kept going.
Of course I kept going.
Again, you didn't need this part right then. How long was it before while you were doing this? And you said Annette was gone. How long before she was going to be home?
The entire day. This is probably 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
She was going to be home at 4:30 probably.
Sure. Okay.
So if I decide to wait for her, entire day wasted. I cannot do anything with the vehicle. That, and I'm stranded at home. I can't go anywhere else. So I just put my head down, kept pedaling. Thought to myself, I used to do this. I used to ride my bike miles and miles and miles a day. No problem.
I also used to run miles and miles and miles per day.
Yeah.
I mean, just to compare.
Yeah, things have changed a bit. So I rode the 3.2 miles to the parts store.
So, I mean, if you're...
in the pouring rain, the pouring cold rain.
Yeah, 34 to 36 degree rain.
Yeah.
3.2 miles. Now, if you're really cooking on your bike, now you've got your BMX hippy dippy bike, right?
Big boy BMX bike.
Let's say you're doing 5 minutes a mile if you're really cooking.
Yeah.
Without having to stop. That gets you there in about 16 minutes, 17 minutes. But you're not doing that. It's, you're taking off. You're like, it'll be a leisurely stroll. It's
Plus,
cold.
there's a couple hills, some rolling hills. It took me about 20, maybe a little over 20 minutes to get there.
So are you just lugging this part over your shoulder?
Well, no, luckily, the part that I'm buying is 4 inches long.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's right in my pocket.
In my imagination, you had something the size of a catalytic converter.
I got my whole tailpipe hanging off my shoulder,
lugging over your back, or you've installed a basket on the front and it's just hanging over the side for you.
Nope. So I get to the parts store again, pouring rain, and I told you I had looked up the part online to make sure they had it in stock.
Yeah.
So I knew that they had it in stock, and it was $42.99.
Did you bring like $43.26 in cash?
So I walked in. I told the guy exactly what I needed, and I said I looked it up online. I think because there were a couple different options, but the one I specifically wanted the one that was $42.99 because it was the exact factory replacement part. I was like, yeah, I know you got it, and it's like $42.99. And he kind of gives me a look, and he's like, ooh, got one for $68.99. I'm like, okay, whatever. Maybe. I was not concerned about the money at all. My concern was that I got the correct part, seeing as how I had just ridden my bicycle there in the pouring rain on a winter day. And I didn't want to have to make this trip again. So he said, here you go. Yep, this is the part. And I was like, I wasn't confident. I said, look.
That was the correct part.
Yeah. So he gave me the part. I was like, okay. Walk outside, hop back on my bike. But before I left, I pulled out my phone. I was like, wait a minute. I just need to double check this. Look it up. The part he gave me was not the right one. I know that for a fact. So now I'm in this weird spot. Do I go back in and say, hey, you're wrong. I need the right part.
Oh, God.
So I went back in. I got like halfway back up to the counter, and I was like, I'm holding up my phone, and I was like, hey, man, my phone says that this is the wrong part. And he just looks at me, and he goes, yeah, that's wrong.
Oh, boy.
I'm like, okay. Hey, I'm going to trust you. You're the parts guy. So I explained it. I was like, I rode my bike here. I'm dripping wet. I'm like, I just don't, because if I get back to my house and this is the wrong part, this is a wasted trip. And I'm not riding back here again. Ride all the way back to the house. Look at the old part. Compare it to the new part. Of course they don't match. No. Why would they match? I am beyond enraged. So pissed.
So you did not bring the old part?
I didn't.
Because that is the track record of Steve and me.
Yeah, why would I do that?
To just, I know what I need. But in this regard, you were much more prepared than normal. Like you said, you had it pulled up on their website with the cost and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, now you could have, really doubled down and put the old part, in your pocket or whatever.
Could have.
Decided against that. I don't think you're in the wrong here, though. I don't think you should. Well, you shouldn't have had to do that. So you get. So Johnny Know-It-All down at the parts joint is now, telling you you're wrong.
And doing so not in a polite way.
I don't. It wasn't like that. By
and
the
look,
way.
I said the same thing to Annette. I don't need to walk in there and feel like I'm at Cheers, where everybody knows my name and everyone's happy I'm there. But you don't have to be like abrasive. I go in there and I try to. I'm like, hey man, how are you? Here's what I need. Like always smiling, just trying to be polite. So I get home, and at this point I've ridden a total of 6.5 miles.
All of them in the rain, or just?
Oh, all of them. Well, I mean, I guess maybe the first 200 yards. No, I was not in the rain. So I, at that point, it's probably 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I just decided, okay, I'm doing nothing the rest of the day because I can't. went upstairs, took a hot shower, and I'm assuming that is why I feel the way I do today. That probably didn't help my situation.
What? You don't think a 6-mile bike ride in 35-degree rain was healthy for you? Now, did you have you wear a stocking cap? Were you wearing a stocking cap?
I was, yeah. And everything, like my pants, my jacket, and my hat just had this stripe of like dirty mud water up the back of them from the back tire of the bike, slinging the water up my back.
Because, of course.
So, Annette got home from work around 4:30. So at this point, I've had like 7 hours just to stew in it, and I'm like smoke coming out of my ears, face bright red. I was like, I need your keys. I got to go back to the parts store. So the whole way there, I'm like rehearsing what I'm going to say to this guy.
Because in your mind, that guy, hopefully you walk in, that guy is there, and that's the one you get to deal with.
Exactly. I don't want to deal with anyone else.
No, because now here's the comeuppance. This is the climax of the movie. The bad guy's been, needling your side for a while, and now Steve, the hero of the story, gets his final comeuppance on the villain and gets to smack this guy around verbally.
Yeah, the downtrodden loser that is me finally has his moment to shine. So I had already looked up. I had called another parts store. They had the part and were holding it for me because my plan was, all right, here's what I did. I took the old part, the one that I needed to replace, tucked it in my pocket. Took the part that I had just bought. It was still in the box. So my plan is walk in there and say, hey, it's the wrong part, like I said. And as soon as he was going to give me any lip, I was going to reach in my pocket, pull out the other part, and show that they don't match.
Hey.
And then I was going to tell him, yeah, do me a favor. Go get the other part off the shelf, the one that I thought I needed. And then he was going to bring it out. I was going to open it up, compare it to my old part, and then put it back on the shelf or put it back on the counter and walk out, not buying it there, having gotten my refund.
Yeah, you got him somewhere else.
So I walk in the door. I'm 2 steps in the door, and you can see to the counter. It's in the back of the store. As soon as I walk in, the guy puts both hands up like I'm robbing the place, and he goes, you were right. I'm sorry. You were right. You were 100% right. And it caught me so off guard. I was like, huh?
Oh, I wish you had puffed up. Yeah. You're right. I'm right. Yeah. Thank you. And then sadly walk out.
Yeah, the guy could not have been nicer. He was like, man, I apologize. I looked it up. And it was just a mix-up. He's like, the way that they're listed, I just didn't see that this meant this and this meant this. I was like, all right. Yeah. I mean,
Do you think, though, like that at some point, because it was an 8-hour or 7-hour wait, at some point in that morning, do you think he was, did I actually get it right? Or did that guy just put the wrong part on? And he was like, boy, I'm going to get out of this unscathed.
Here's what happened, though. He's like, right after you left, I went back in the computer and I triple checked it, and I saw that I had indeed sold you the wrong part.
Uh-huh.
The problem was they didn't have the correct part in stock. So even if he had tried to give me the right part earlier in the morning, they wouldn't have had it in stock. So
really?
That bike ride there would have been a complete waste. And
boy.
So online it was saying it was in stock, but it really wasn't. So he's like, as soon as I looked it up, I saw it was the wrong part. I knew that you were going to be back, so I ordered you the right part, and it just arrived.
Hey!
Like 2 hours earlier.
So it ended up out.
Ended up working out.
But boy, oh boy, what a day. You sit there, you're sick, well, you weren't sick at that point, but you're just stewing in it because you realize that you didn't want to do anything anyway, but now you can't. Not because of your own fault.
Yeah.
Which that makes it, if it's something you did, it's, hey, what are you going to do? I screwed up.
Sure. I do it all the
time. But somebody else did it to you, so you got 7. Boy, you didn't even get to come up it, Steve.
No. I left there feeling like really, Okay, I wanted some kind of fight here.
Yeah, like like you were, you probably had your sleeves rolled up.
Yeah,
maybe it's like some extra grease on your arm to show that you mean business.
Yeah, I've been wrenching hard.
Yeah, you've been like, this part's wrong, and I know because I just got grease all over me figuring it out. That's how cars work, right?
Yeah.
That's how it works?
Yeah, you get grease on yourself to figure out solutions. So,
well, boy, at least, I to go back, your decision to just not wait or just to call, I mean, that I'm here, our friend Chris is around, he probably would have helped or brought you there. To ride your bike in because you know the way that looks. You're out there riding your bike. Everybody driving by you, because this is what I think. Look at that idiot.
Yeah.
Can't believe
I'm surprised I didn't get hit with a banana peel or like a Coke can.
Hey, kid. Hey, son. That's why you don't drink and drive. You're riding.
That's why you go to college, son.
You're riding your bike to wherever that chump's going, and look at it rain on him.
I mean, I had my hat pulled down so low, my jacket zipped up really high. Hopefully nobody recognizes me. Hopefully, my mother-in-law doesn't drive by and she's like, what is that loser do? Oh, that's my son-in-law. Yeah. That's really
the one.
It's remarkable how much of a loser I felt.
Yeah, you looked it. I mean, I didn't see you, but the images in my brain, I can't see any way you didn't, because you had your hat on, but you got your beard, so there's probably, water just pouring off your beard, down your shirt.
Okay. So what are you doing at 9 o'clock Friday morning? I'm assuming you're at work, right?
Oh, you're all right. I assumed it was Saturday. Most of us work the full week.
Yeah, not me. Suckers.
Boy, radio's booming.
Yeah, put in a Monday and Tuesday last week.
Radio's really booming, guys.
So, yeah, there was no one to call. I couldn't call anyone. I actually thought about calling an Uber.
Yeah.
Having an Uber pick me up, drive me there, and then just saying, wait here. Or having to rehire the Uber. I don't know if they'll do that though.
They just wait, right? Wouldn't they just
wait?
So.
Yeah, if I just say hey, I'm gonna hire you again in 1 minute.
Yeah, can you just not leave, or just walk back? You think about putting the running gear on instead of biking? Maybe getting back in this.
No. At least with a bike, I can pedal a couple times and coast 100 feet. What am I? I can't coast while I'm running.
Do you think if you put on your running shoes, you get to the first, 10-degree grade, you just turn around and walk home? That part of your life's over now?
I'll tell you what. I'll put on my rollerblades before I put on my my running gear.
Oh, we're doing that anyway. We're blading, Steve. You and I are blading.
Blading to the ice cream shop. What was it? Last summer or the summer before that?
Oh, yeah.
I sent you a text. I was like, want to ride bikes and get ice cream?
I don't know how well...
Me and you and our wives.
Yeah.
Rode our bikes to the ice cream store.
You were doing wheelies and...
Yeah.
Tabletops. Spinning your handlebars around.
Yep.
Being all fancy. Yeah. It's going to be... We're going to have to do that again this summer. It might be a little slower with pregnant Annette.
Yeah, a bit.
Can they ride bikes? Is that okay?
I think they can. I don't know. I don't know
if there was some doctors saying that once you get to a certain certain.
I don't know.
I think the risk is falling.
Boy, I am. I'm still very early on in this game. This is
You're not signing up.
Not familiar, but we have an appointment in 1 week, so I'll be sure to ask at that appointment.
That's what the bike riding.
Yeah, well, I mean, I always want to have a question ready, so it seems like
you're involved.
Yeah, exactly. I want that doctor to be like, this guy, he's gonna be a good dad. So I'm like, can we go get ice cream on our bikes? What? What'd you say?
Are you gonna sign up for the classes?
Yeah,
you gonna do them?
I think so. We haven't really. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I think we're supposed to be doing.
No, you got 6 months.
We got 6 months, but I'll tell you what, the nursery's already painted.
Well, thank God the integral stuff is done. I talked to you guys before I walked out of here last Sunday. Asked about registration. You guys, neither of you are looking forward to that.
No, if it's anything like the registering for the wedding.
Yeah.
I hated every minute of it. and that was one of our biggest fights ever.
Oh yeah, that's right. She wanted the
stupid crock pot and the Roomba. I put my foot down. No,
I forgot about the crock pot fight of 2018 or 2017. Sorry,
Yep.
or that was
it would have been
2017.
2017. Yeah,
the crock pot fight of 2017, which was 1 year after what was their previous biggest fight, where you screamed at her about carrying drywall the wrong way.
She was carrying it all wrong.
I can't revisit that tale enough in my life that I don't think I'll ever stop getting joy from the mental image I have of you just dropping your half of the drywall and going, okay, if you're not going to carry it right, I'll do it myself. Think about that.
She reminds me of that every now and then.
How many married or soon-to-be married couples have had fights over drywall and crock pots? It's always about finances, children.
I disagree. I bet every couple can think back about the one fight that they had over complete nonsense.
Right.
Like something in the grand scheme of things, like finances or kids or a wedding, like that all kind of matters.
Yeah.
But like, oh, you like the toilet paper, does it go over the roll or under the roll? Like everyone's had the stupid fight.
Man.
You've had a dumb fight.
Yeah, I can't remember details. I'm sure everybody has, but I just think of registering for a crock pot because
it just seemed excessive to me. It seemed like we were at that point we were just being greedy. We were being crock pot greedy.
I mean, I was on your side too. In hindsight,
we already had a crock pot.
The way I look at it is that even if you got that crock pot, you just return it, get money for it, get something you want at that store. But again, I stand in solidarity.
Right. Yeah.
Team one crock pot.
Ask me how many crock pots we have now.
Steve, in this house right now that we're sitting in, how many crock pots do you have?
We have 2 crock pots.
As all fights go, Steve on the losing end of yet another. How many?
But it's all right, though, because
our
our crock pots, they are always at the ready. Whenever we need them, all we have to do is go down into the basement, into the storage room, and dig it out, and then bring it upstairs.
How many times since your wedding in November of 2017? So we're at, what's that, 16 months? Yeah.
Yeah, almost a year and a half.
How many times have you, question one, how many times have you used the crock pot since then? Handful, a dozen, more?
I would say 8 to 10 times.
Okay, so let's call it, for lack of a better, once every month and a half to 2 months you've used this crock pot.
Make chili or something.
How many times have you used or needed the now backup crock pot for all of those times when you have so much crock that you're potting, you need a second crock pot?
I'm going to say 0 so far.
Upset.
That was, I remember when we were taking our premarital courses with PK, talking to him about that.
Oh, don't even get me going. I can't. I can't get going on that again. I'm sorry. I was reprimanded. My discourse on PK was not well received outside these walls.
Nah, PK. I think
keeping in touch. You guys doing like a yearly review? You got one of those coming up?
Actually, Annette probably saw PK today. She played at church today.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, you were sitting in your basement trashing the crock pot that he parked
while I was out at the bar this morning for work, which is true.
Oh, that's so perfect.
I know. Hey, hello. Like, I just hear the organ music playing in the background.
Oh, how do you guys work?
Hello, Annette. Welcome here to church on this beautiful... Oh, where's Steve? Where's your husband? He's at the bar.
Nice.
Okay.
Throwing, hard-boiled green eggs at some 21-year-old co-ed's wet T-shirt because now it's spring break, St. Patty's Day.
And as everyone knows, you throw the green eggs because you combine green eggs and ham with a wet T-shirt contest, and 8 becomes green eggs and wet t-shirts.
Listen, man, I'm too old. I don't know what parties you guys are, doing radio remotes at. In my mind, you're wiping green yolk off your face, and there's some 21-year-old who needs to change clothes.
Oh boy, that couldn't be further from reality.
I think I nailed it.
Yeah,
we got to get to this gift.
We do. Yeah.
Now we got a message. This is a gift from our dear friend Nikki, who sent us a message saying we didn't have to open it on air, but we love to do that because it gives us an excuse, Steve, to play the greatest music for anything related to this podcast that we have.
Yeah. Anytime we get something in the mail from a lovely listener. Got to play the viewer mail time intro. May take me a minute to find it. I was not expecting this. I had completely forgotten about this.
Now, this is hours poured over a computer by me in order to get us music for them anytime we get mail.
Hey, folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
That's right, and then a fade.
Yeah, very smooth fade out. Oh, pass me a Chucky Chew if you could.
Oh, you want a Chucky C?
Yeah. Chucky. I don't know why we've renamed Charleston Chews to Chucky C. Juniors.
Now, this is
the latest before we started.
We have remedied the situation where your side gig tries to thieve their way from our gifts. So if you, again, we welcome all gifts, but that it's way too generous of, Nikki and anybody to do this, to send us things. It's wholly unnecessary, although we do love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Absolutely.
The Christmas season around here was better than the Christmas I had with my son.
That was remarkable.
Oh, there's a lot of packing in here. Oh, we can save this, Steve. Look at this.
That's a whole roll of
Oh, yeah, we're saving this.
Poppy
I don't know what we're going to use it for.
Bubble wrap, that's what it's called.
But we're using it. Do you want to help dig in here, Steve?
I refer to bubble wrap as poppy stuff.
I don't know if there's a card or anything, Steve. I was looking. There might be one towards the bottom.
Let's see. Looks like a shirt of some kind.
Okay.
All right. This is...
I can't see it.
This is a custom shirt.
Oh, good. Now, Nikki is known for her custom shirts.
Nikki is an incredible artist.
She sent us the last custom shirt she made, Steve. She sent to you and I. Those are private only.
Yeah.
About the Lee Harvey Oswald being the #1 librarian.
Okay. This one. What is one of the greatest bait and switches in the history of this podcast?
Oh, God, Steve. The only bait and switch in the history of this podcast that matters is the time you told me a heartwarming story of a man and his father.
I believe so.
Surfing or something, and then he smacked into a wall and died.
You mean he smacked into a pier and died?
Jesus. The beautifully drawn image. Now, I don't know how the surfboard got stuck on the pier. I know how the man got stuck on the pier because he smacked into it.
Yeah.
And died.
That's beautiful.
That is absolutely beautiful,
smacked
Nikki.
Into a pier. We're gonna have to post pictures of this.
Yeah, that's going up.
It's a pier. It's a long-haired surfer man and a surfboard.
Now, also in here, Steve, look at a 20-pack. Looks like Ticonderoga number 2s.
Yeah, Dixon number 2s.
That is that's Steve. I'm a mechanical man myself. You won't catch me dead using one of those.
What?
And then, as Nikki is wont to do, oh my goodness, replenishing, Steve.
Oh, good. Yeah, we were running pretty low.
The candy shelf with Twix,
peanut butter
Dark
eggs,
Kit Kats, peanut butter eggs, Snickers. Those are all yours because, as you know, any nuts and candy can go burn in the fire. More Twix. My goodness, Steve, can you stack that somewhere for now for us?
Course.
My goodness.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think you realized these Kit Kats.
Okay. Oh, the dark Kit Kat.
Kat dark.
Soft spot.
All right.
A real soft spot.
Nikki, I know that you sent these for us here on the podcast, but I might have to sneak one of them up to my wife.
Oh, yeah.
She would.
Well, you can give her all those Snickers, too.
Oh, look at the Twix cookie eggs.
Now, I'm glad you're sitting down, Steve.
What's that? Is that it?
That's a number 2 pencil sharpener.
Whoa.
And in case that's not right up your alley, how about a different color?
Well, I guess I can update the little note that I have on my phone of all the needs for APS 4.0.
That is outstanding. Sorry, we're still digging through this ridiculous box, Nikki. This is absurdly generous and way too kind. For crying out loud, another Twix in there.
Oh boy,
we're gonna have to. Yeah, that candy shelf is getting another Twix in there.
Yeah, right.
Oh, another shirt.
You got a shirt
Steve.
too?
I got a shirt.
I guess I'm not sure which shirt is for who. Oh God.
We were just talking about him today, Steve. Our old friends on 1016 The Hut. Johnny the Duck and Lisa. Oh my goodness, you got their two microphones, Johnny the Duck and Lisa, dancing. The Cracker Jacks everywhere because they're the morning Cracker Jacks.
Of course.
Just everywhere. Lisa wearing a Johnny the Duck shirt. Johnny wearing a shirt with his own name on it.
Johnny has a Johnny shirt.
Johnny's a pompous jerk. We all know that. That's why he's still trotting around in his duck suit looking for work. That's absurd. I love it. That design is so beautiful. She's putting Philip to shame. That's what she's really doing. For crying out loud.
Is that a...
Oh, it's another...
Oh, look at that. It's a second one.
It's another copy, another version, the same version, different shirt. He smacked into a pier and died, Steve. And I'm guessing this is also Johnny the Duck and Lisa.
Oh,
it is.
Good.
It is to Johnny the Duck and Lisa.
We are going to have to coordinate because it would be embarrassing if we both showed up wearing our Johnny the Duck shirts to the same event.
I mean, the next broadcast we have, we can't obviously be wearing the same Johnny the Duck and Lisa merch.
Can I interest you in like a Twix egg or something?
Steve, I would never say no to a Twix or a Twix egg.
There we go. That sounds a little crunchy.
It's nice though.
It's a little cookiness of the Twix.
Nice cookie base.
Oh, good.
Nice pull apart with the chocolate. Mm-hmm. The caramel.
Yeah.
You say caramel or are you a caramel guy?
Oh, caramel.
Caramel.
Yeah.
I think that makes you feel hoity-toity, you know? Like, do you think people are looking at you weird when you say caramel?
No, because that's how it's spelled.
But you're going to the ice cream shop. You're going, can I get whatever? Cookie caramel. You say cookie caramel?
Caramel.
Oh, boy.
That's how it's spelled.
You're a real problem.
That's how you said it.
That's right, folks. Just a couple of Twix eggs. Thanks for tuning in this week.
Hey folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
Nikki, you spoil us so.
This is ridiculous, Nikki.
We can't.
We will post pictures of all of this. Thank you very, very much. That's way too kind.
Oh, ridiculous.
I know you said we don't
I can't wait to just sit here and sharpen some pencils.
Just this, pop one open. I miss that sound, Steve,
All right. You want
of
red
an
or,
old...
red or blue?
Ooh, let's go blue. I miss the sound of an old number 2 wooden pencil getting sharpened, the sound of those wood shavings being sheared off the side.
For me, it's the smell.
It is. It's a nostalgic smell, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is. So we've got 20 pencils. We'll be able to take all the notes we've been meaning to for years that we never have, Steve. We've just been waiting for this time. How does
Actually, they smell a little different.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's because I'm sick, though. All right. So this is a...
That's your handheld pencil sharpener. You stick it... Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Oh, getting there.
Oh, give me a little bit of the shivers.
Oh, we're close. We are close.
So right now you're up there, you're sharpening, you're trying to remember what the question was that you're trying to buy time for on the test. Maybe trying to catch an little line of sight from one of your friend's papers. Hopefully you're on the same page. Making sure it's the sharpest pencil on the block.
To be honest, this is not going well.
That looked pretty sharp. Oh, God.
All right, pencil's getting considerably shorter.
We got 20 of them.
Okay.
Still no lead there? Tune in next week.
Okay.
Where we finish sharpening the pencil.
Oh, that definitely sounded like a crack.
Did you just break it?
Oh, no.
For God's sake.
Oh, my microphone's fallen.
Oh, I don't think Steve knows how to use it, guys. I think that's the problem. Let me get up in there. Oh, yeah. It's a nice twist. Yeah, it's fine. All right. It's... Get all those sharpened. Are you supposed to use the big slot or the small one? Does anybody know?
I was using the small one.
I think the small one's the way to go. I think the wood shavings were just shaving. It's just a hole where the lead should be.
Maybe you got one that doesn't have any lead in it?
Maybe. But thank you very much, Nikki. Gifts are far too kind. We'll post all these. Check our social media for what these designs look like. They're absolutely outstanding. We need to retweet as well. Nikki made a stop animation mini video of her interpretation of Big Boy Vroom Vroom up the sand hill with Steve in his Jeep and me watching in my tank top in Crocs, which is what's going to be happening in mere months on our trip.
Yeah, have we set a date for that yet?
No, listen, man, that's travel season for you. I figured I'd wait to hear when you're going to be free so I can buy the matching tank. We can buy our sunglasses.
I don't think we need to buy... I think we could just... Nikki, let us know. Is it okay? Would you be offended if we rip the sleeves off these shirts that you just sent? I mean, we'll do it in a tasteful way.
Oh, sure. And I'm ripping it down to my waist.
I'll take it to the seamstress and have it, hemmed and everything.
Yeah, get the sides real sewn up so it's nice. It looks nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
I don't want to look like a fool.
Well, obviously, Steve, we can't be embarrassing ourselves on the sand hills.
No, not at all.
Are you going to try that again?
I'm going with the exterior sharpener.
I think that's the difference maker.
Nope, still no lead. Oh, boy.
We got 20 of them if you want to try a different one.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Huh?
I got a little bit of lead. Oh, no, I got pencil shavings.
Oh, you took did you take the...
No, it came with a...
it came with a baby one.
Yeah. I think I got something that resembles a point here.
You could write right now?
Hi. Here we go. It's writing.
One step closer to our message in a bottle dream.
Okay. Thank you,
Well,
Nikki.
Steve, it's probably about that time this week.
For the Fast Five?
I suppose.
All right. Let's get to it.
Fast five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boy, I really feel like we got to nothing today. But
I don't know. I'm staring at a mountain of candy. I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out.
I also feel like we got to a lot. All right, first on my Fast Five, St. Paddy's Day. Oh, the luck of the Irish.
Oh, man.
Shillelagh. Corned beef and cabbage.
What a
potatoes.
day. I mean, it's an excuse now, right?
Yeah.
Excuse to drink.
Yep.
Go see things that are green, a river.
Go see things that are
That's
green.
it, right? That's it.
Oh, look. Grass.
Hey, happy St. Paddy's Day.
Reminds me of the old motherland, Ireland. Next on the list, the New Zealand egg kid.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Right?
What's that?
I mean,
I'll tell you what, though, what was he, like a senator or a congressman or something? He got a good left cross in on that kid.
Smacked him right across the head.
Yeah.
I got taken down, some would say excessively, by police around him.
I don't know. I mean, he probably deserved it. I mean, he smacked, he didn't throw an egg.
Yeah, he just smashed it on his head.
Hoping, maybe this will hit him.
Yeah.
He was standing as close as I am to you.
Yeah.
Had an egg in his hand and then just went boom.
Just, oh, man,
Yeah.
what a beautiful, beautiful sight.
Yeah.
Cult hero over there in New Zealand.
Yeah, definitely. Next, Michigan State. It's the big game, the green and white and the maize.
Maize is corn, yellow's the color.
Maize and blue.
Round 3 today, Steve. It'll already be done and decided by the time people are listening to this, but as always, go green.
Go white.
Go State.
Michigan State.
Yeah.
Remember, you're talking with an old school State fan
That's
here.
right. Michigan Steve.
The Michigan State. My green hat with a white S.
Yeah.
Fourth. Don't know if you'll know who this is just based on the name, but Frank Cali.
I don't know. No, you stumped me.
Frank Cali, you didn't hear about the big in Staten Island? He was a boss of the Gambino crime family.
No,
and
I
he was
did not.
shot dead. He was shot dead on his front steps.
Wow.
Yeah, like old school mob hit.
So you're telling me that organized crime's still alive and well over there? The Gambino family, I didn't even think they were around anymore.
Yeah, apparently they're still doing it. Well, I mean, one less now because he died. But
Boy.
he was yeah. I don't really know much about it, but I know it was big news.
I find it hard to believe. I mean, obviously it's not as prevalent, or it's more in the shadows now, right? But that's kind of terrifying, right?
Yeah.
That it's still like on the doorstep type like that. Oof.
Yeah. And fifth, Admissions Gate.
Oh, I love it. I could
Yeah.
follow this
Was it
until the end of time.
Lori Loughlin,
Yeah, Felicity Huffman.
Felicity Huffman. Now, Felicity Huffman was a Desperate Housewives fame.
Yep, Desperate Housewives. I think she won an Oscar for her role, and I want to say the movie was Transamerica, where she played a transgendered person, and wife of William H. Macy. I love it. I hope they. I mean, listen.
What exactly were they? Were they just paying to get their kids into a better school?
Yeah, so they were using a tutoring service, which the guy was using the tutoring service as a guise for funneling cash from wealthy people to him, to a university, to a team or a booster at the university to get these kids on, whether it be the crew team.
So basically it was, you want your kid to get into Harvard? Yeah, hire me as a tutor.
Yep.
Your kid will get into Harvard.
And then they would get scholarships to sports that they would have never set, foot on, the crew team.
Sure.
Or pole vaulting, whatever. And
So did these schools actually have those teams?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they would. I'm sure they would have been listed, but yeah, they were in there under fake. I want to say I forget which celebrity it was, where there's notes that the daughters just wanted to go to Arizona State so they could party. And so they were like, I just need you to get them into any school other than Arizona State. And I want to say that was Lori Loughlin, because Lori Loughlin's husband was also indicted. And their daughters went to USC, and they have already withdrawn because they don't want to be bullied. Well, you didn't deserve to be there. You took the spot of somebody who probably did deserve to be there.
Yeah.
And one of them is known for having a makeup line at Sephora and being a model.
Okay. Probably don't even need to go.
They don't. You're good. You're good. USC is all fine.
I'd imagine, I don't know anything at all about Lori Loughlin, but I would assume that she probably made pretty good money.
Okay, money, yeah.
From Full House. I don't know. What do you think you think she's worth like $10 million?
I think you're high.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think she's worth that much? I bet she made a ton off of that.
Let me look here. Because you figure the residuals, but that's from the early 90s, right? 3 days ago, Lori Loughlin and Massimo Giannulli, who is her husband, are worth a shocking amount of money.
How much?
We are scrolling to find that here, Steve. Most recent, let's see, Loughlin was granted permission to put her Bel Air home up as collateral to secure the bond, according to TMZ, which was recently valued at $35 million.
Okay.
That's her house. Most recently listed at $35 million in 2017.
Who's her husband?
Massimo Giannulli.
Okay.
But Lori Loughlin has had memorable roles on Spin City as well, Seinfeld. So she's been on more than, obviously most known for
Aunt
Full
Becky.
House. Yeah. Her work over the years brought her net worth to an estimated $20 million, Steve.
Yeah, she probably the kids probably don't need to go to college. I feel like they're. And if you have a mother or parents who are willing to buy you into a school,
Yeah.
like why even bother?
Yeah.
What
You don't
if
need
you have
to.
that much
Yeah.
money to begin with? They don't need to go to school. They don't need to be in school.
Massimo Giannulli is the fashion designer, and that is Mossimo, which is the Target brand. He sold
like
out.
the-
Yep.
Oh, Massimo.
Yep. Massimo.
I didn't know.
Massimo.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's pronounced.
I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
those were huge. Like when I was in high school.
Massimo worth $80 million, putting their combined net worth at $100 million, Steve. So yeah, the bond not an issue. The $500,000 to get their kids into whatever school also not an issue.
Yeah.
Funny though. I mean, funny to a degree, but it's just. Is there anything more rich white person than this? And then the FBI
Seriously.
with guns drawn, trying to take in Felicity Huffman.
Yeah.
Like she's going to go down with a pistol, back against the door. You'll never take me alive.
Do you think that either of them will serve time for it?
No. They won't set foot in a jail.
You don't think? I feel like we're in like a time of reckoning where they're making examples out of everybody.
It'll probably be like one of those Lindsay Lohan things
Oh yeah.
where she walks in, spends 3 hours and walks out. But I tell you what, Lori Loughlin, 54. Looking great.
She looks fantastic.
Amazing.
Her and Uncle Jesse.
Jeez.
They haven't.
Jeez.
Neither of them have aged.
Those would be good looking kids.
Yeah.
You
Do
know?
you think that Uncle Jesse is hoping that they have mercy on her? Eh? Huh? That was the big Twitter joke yesterday.
Oh, was it? Oh, God.
Yeah.
I wish you'd cut it out.
Oh, you're bringing Uncle Joey into the mix.
Yeah, Joey, old Dave Coulier. Nowhere near this. What do you think, Dave Coulier? No, not going to get into it.
Apparently, there was a storyline on Full House way back in the day where the twins, Aunt Becky
Oh, yeah.
and Uncle Joe and Uncle Jesse's twins, Nikki and Alex. Apparently, there was a storyline where they were doing whatever it would take to get them into a preschool, and they were like fudging the numbers somehow. So, I mean, the writing was on the wall. 20-some years ago?
Boy, you taught them.
Okay,
Dave Coulier worth $4 million. Bob Saget, $100 million. Olsen,
$100 million.
Olsen twins, but he did America's Funniest Home
Yeah.
Videos for how long?
He's a
Olsen-
very successful comedian.
Yeah, still, I mean, tours not just rooms, but
Yeah.
theaters and Olsen twins, $300 million. Candace Cameron, who played DJ,
Candace Cameron Bure.
$10 million. Pavel Bure's wife, NHL star, $10 million. Jodie Sweetin
Oh, I love Jodie Sweetin. Stephanie, I had such a huge crush on her. She got really
addicted
into
to crack.
Yeah,
or
she
meth.
was into I think she was into heroin or something.
$800,000.
Hey,
Oh no, it's great. I'm just saying, everybody else, the lowest of those
Okay.
is Dave Coulier, whose whole gimmick on the show was a puppeteering park ranger.
Mr. Woodchuck, yeah.
And he's got $4 million. Jodie Sweetin, much younger, $800,000.
All right, give me a net worth on Kimmy Gibbler. Watch, she's worth like $1 billion.
John Stamos, 40
million.
I have to look up the actress name because who the heck knows who played Kimmy Gibbler?
I'll know her name when you say it.
Andrea Barber.
Andrea Barber.
Did you know that?
No, that name does sound
Does
familiar.
it really?
Yeah. Because
Andrea Barber beating Jodie Sweetin, worth $1 million.
just by $200K.
Began her acting career as a child with guest starring roles as on television programs such as St. Elsewhere, Crazy Like a Fox, and Fantasy Island. You'd have to assume that most of her money is from the Fuller House version of the show, right?
I don't know. I wonder what they make in syndication.
Well, the Netflix reboot. She's on that.
Right.
And
but
you'd figure how much she makes now compared to how much she made as a kid actress as Kimmy Gibbler as a kid. It has to be much more just based on inflation that a lot of that's probably, from this time.
I wonder how those syndication deals work. Like, is it just do they set the deal at the beginning and they're like, this is what it is per episode, till the end of time, or is it like every couple of years? Is that up for renewal?
Yeah. Boy, questions for another episode.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is the history
of the mystery.
Okay, before that, Frank Cali, the Gambino family boss, he was shot dead on his doorstep in Staten Island, New Jersey. Staten Island, New York. Wait, Staten Island, New York, or New Jersey?
20 hours ago, a man arrested. 24-year-old man arrested for the murder of reputed Gambino family mob boss, Steve. Is it, you think it's rival? I mean, because we've seen The Sopranos.
Yeah, I mean, I just finished it last week.
Yeah, we've seen The Godfather. We've seen all these. You don't put a head out on the head unless you're at war. Like, you mean war and takeover. Otherwise, you're taking out the consigliere, you're taking out the underbosses, to prove a point or to send a message. But this, on his front doorstep, is there a bubbling crime family war?
I wonder if this is a rival family, somebody who tried to, skip rank and be like, I'm gonna really impress some of the old timers, like when Jackie Jr. and the Bevilacqua Kid tried to take out the card game, and it ended up not working out so bad, or not so good for the Bevilacqua Kid, because Tony ended up shooting him in that shed. Boy.
Investigators reportedly believe this was a domestic incident, not a mob slaying. While the gruesome nature of the murder suggested it was a mob hit, shot 10 times on his doorstep.
Jesus.
10 times. He was the first mafia don to be murdered since 1985. The New York Post is reporting that he was not that the murderer was not a mobster, and instead someone who had some sort of relationship with a female member of Cali's family.
Boy, that's ballsy.
Because now the mob's going to kill him.
Well,
right? That guy's dead. Whether it's in jail, on his way to court, whatever. That kid, you kill the head of the family, you're dead, right?
That's crazy too, because since he was arrested, it's weird because the way I think is, he was arrested, so yeah, it definitely wasn't a mob thing. Because if the cops know who did it, chances are the mob guys know who did it, and they would have gotten to him before the cops did.
Wow. Gambino crime family is one of the five families that dominate organized crime in New York City within the nationwide phenomenon known as the mafia. I guess I didn't realize.
What are the other four families?
And are they still present? Because, Wikipedia is still showing from the 1910s to present. Those are still around. Now, the current family capos, you have New York, the Sicilian faction, New Jersey, Florida, and Atlanta.
Atlanta?
Yeah, I'm trying to find what the families are. The origins, you've got Mangiano era. This is obviously the Gotti regime. Mm-hmm. But one of the more recent updates is about the decline of the family.
Okay, before that we had Michigan State.
Yeah, you know what? My Spartans have beaten them twice. I have nothing to prove today.
Go green.
Go green, go white, Steve.
Go team. Sports team. Izzo. Are you in the Izzone?
I don't think I could do... Now, you went to college. I can't do the student section.
No.
Doesn't that sound awful? I mean, you're not a sports...
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
Well, but even then, you're not a sports guy, but you've seen it. And your job in the student section of whether it be football, basketball, whatever.
You got to know all the chants.
And you're standing, and you're jumping, and you're just making noise the whole... It's like a job.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
Sounds terrible. Count me out. I am not in.
Oh, no thank you.
Before that, the New Zealand egg thrower.
Good for him, a cult hero in New Zealand forever. That man will never pay for a drink again, it seems like, down under.
Yeah, I'd buy him a drink. And before that, of course, St. Patrick's Day, the wearing of the green. Dye the river.
That's
shillelaghs.
I like to drink green beer.
4-leaf clovers.
Yeah, leprechauns.
And rainbows and pot of gold.
Yeah.
I think we're getting into... Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms now, yeah. All very Irish, though, so I think you're still on brand.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't know. I mean, I was never the guy going down to the big bash where, they're kicking off in the morning and you're just getting drunk at 8 in the morning in a street in March.
Parade.
Never seen them.
Well, it's funny because growing up in New Jersey, there were parades for everything. And it was always just like, oh, it's the whatever parade, this parade, that parade. I never realized how much I hated parades until I finally didn't have to go to them anymore.
Right.
They're the worst.
I guess it's an assembly of cars.
Nothing enjoyable about them.
Nobody cares about them.
There's a float that comes by with Johnny the Duck and Lisa, the Cracker Jacks.
And there's waving.
Yeah. And then maybe you're throwing out some candy. And then, like, the next guy from the Rotary Club is driving by in his old Trans Am.
God.
Revving the engine. And yay! Shut up. And then there's people just walking, holding those stupid banners, saying, like, Lions Club, Chapter 4. And in quotes, like, we love our township. Ugh.
There's no question that parades suck. It's a bummer that children enjoy them so much.
Yeah, why do they?
So get ready, Steve.
We teach them that.
Yeah.
That's why I swear, if you teach your kids, parades are the worst and it's a punishment, they'll hate them.
You and I, in a few short years, be sitting next to each other in our bag chairs.
I know it's going to happen.
Watching our kids with bags go chase knockoff Tootsie Rolls that are thrown from
running out into traffic.
Side of a fire truck.
Oh, God.
You and I are going to have a little nip of something in the morning coffee to get through it.
Okay. All right. Maybe parades aren't so bad. Maybe. Oh, I think I'm finally starting to see why.
You coming around?
Yeah, I'm starting to see why so many people go to parades.
We'll wobble to our cars afterwards, wait 48 minutes in traffic to go 3 miles home.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, I'll drive there, but I'll have a backpack with my blades in them. I'll rollerblade home.
Oh, good. We're blading again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is going to be around, like we said, what age is Pool Steve? 44?
44, yeah. You got 5.5 years.
Yeah, plenty of time. That's perfect time. Can't wait.
Fast 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Should be your 44th birthday present to yourself is the pool being opened on your birthday weekend. Well, no, the pool.
Oh, okay.
And you open the pool on your birthday, and then so you get to work the whole weekend because your 6-year-old child wants to have a party, and you have to...
Like, screw you, kid. It's my birthday.
Yeah.
Why do I have to set up a pool for you on my birthday?
All of the comments on that poll were identical. It was like, Pool Steve's going to hate taking care of the pool.
Yeah.
There's no enjoyment. Like it's not worth it. No. But Pool Steve's better than Jet Steve, apparently, by 2 to 1.
That's shocking.
Shocking. The college admissions scandal.
Oh, Aunt Becky, please.
What are you doing? She can use her beautiful 54-year-old looks to get out of that, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully they have mercy.
Tucker Carlson.
Oh, I know he did something.
Some old audio resurfaced. Now you're in radio.
And he's refusing to apologize.
Yeah. Some old audio from your old friend Bubba the Love Sponge has come up, where for whatever reason, they had Tucker Carlson on discussing Miss Teen USA and him talking about how she looked older and how that, wouldn't, she'd probably be good to have sex with her. Just very uncomfortable.
How old was this? Like,
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. Because Bubba hasn't been relevant in many years.
Yeah, probably before that.
I'm assuming 10?
Yeah.
15 maybe?
But just awkward audio of, Tucker Carlson's really dug in his heels. No apologies there. And there's no repercussions there.
What's his reason for not apologizing?
I don't know. I got dumb hair, and I'm Tucker Carlson.
Okay.
I think he knows there's no repercussions as it stands with no Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
He's the face. I mean, Hannity. But Hannity's in real hot water, has been, even though nothing happened to him. He's kind of the face of the Fox News movement at this point, based on his views and his commentary every day. Mm-hmm. I think he knows. He doesn't have to.
Yeah. But we'll get to more of this on the turnaround.
Yeah. James Dolan, owner of the New York Knicks.
Oh, he yelled at a fan, right?
Not just yelled at a fan.
Like threatened to...
Banned him forever.
Okay. He did actually? Yes. I thought he just threatened to.
Banned a fan from all New York Knicks game because he did not like the fan yelling, "Sell the team." I mean, thin skin. You're a billionaire who owns.
You can do that.
His team.
I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, you can put whatever you want on the wall. Don't let the Sasquatch in. It's dumb, but what are they going to do?
Yeah.
Well, sir, the Sasquatch is here. He wants in. He didn't do anything. Sorry, keep the Sasquatch out.
Don't let him in.
So, yeah, he it seems like he's a bit thin-skinned.
Yeah.
James Gunn.
I don't know who that is.
Director of Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 was fired. It's a massive news story.
Oh, didn't they bring him back?
Got brought back, Steve, in an upset, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he was fired last July over tweets that were dug up by a couple of alt-right Twitter accounts from 2010 that he had already addressed and apologized for, where he was making jokes regarding rape and pedophilia.
Mm-hmm.
And so Disney fired him. He went and is still massively talented, so he got a job with DC, which is the rival comic company, directing a new Suicide Squad movie. And apparently Disney realized the error of their ways, hired him back this week to direct again the third volume of Guardians of the Galaxy.
So he's
doing both.
At the same time?
Well, he's going to do Guardians of the Galaxy after he finishes Suicide Squad. But this is Disney really...
You'd think that there would be like a, I don't know, like some kind of non-compete where they...
You'd think, but he was fired. So he took a job when he was not fired. So I'm guessing Disney came crawling back. James Gunn said, hey, I've got a job.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, well, you could finish that.
Back up the truck.
Yep.
Back
massively
up the
talented.
truck.
A real victory, for him and for... It's not free speech advocate. That's stupid. But against the Twitter mob. A victory against the Twitter mob mentality.
Yeah.
Which has happened now multiple times. There's the Twitter mob mentality against Captain Marvel for some reason because she was a female.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing with the Black Panther last year, and it failed miserably. Going to be massively successful movies. And lastly, Steve, the most important thing, it's Selection Sunday for the NCAA basketball tournament. How pumped are you?
Wait, that's today?
The selection shows at 6 p.m. on Sunday night tonight. I'm sure you'll be glued to CBS to check that out. The tournament begins the first four. Now, that's the first two games where they play in to be the
Fast 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I know normally we don't play that there, but I swear to God. You know how you felt when you asked me what an oxygen sensor does?
Oh, God.
See?
Yeah.
We have some common ground now.
48 games this upcoming weekend.
48.
16 on Thursday, 16 on Friday, 8 on Saturday.
So you're not doing anything. You're not taking Friday off.
No, working.
But that's been a tradition for you for what, a decade?
This will be my first year in I think in 9 years.
Okay.
9 years I will be missing the opening day of the tournament.
How many games do you think you'll watch in the next week?
40?
30?
It's
40?
it's what's referred to like with sports, like it's whip around. So it used to be like MLB Tonight where they do live look in here when things were happening. For me with
Kinda
the
like Red
NCAA,
Zone.
For me with the NCAA tournament, I'll start watching a game, but if I see a score that is intriguing in a different game, I'll flip to watch that one.
Okay.
Or if one game's ending and we're, in the middle of the first half on one, I'll watch the end of another. So it's more measured in hours, and there will be a lot of hours of NCAA basketball game being watched this weekend.
Have we done a bracket tournament in the past for the Steve and Kyle podcast?
Yeah, I think last year, 2 years ago, we did, and it took us a year to ship out some merch to Crystal, who won. We could do that again if you want.
We did ship it out?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, how about this? We do it. We guarantee no prizes.
Guarantee no prizes. Possible.
Sure, maybe. But we're not going to say, we're going to send you T-shirts and...
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could fire that up. The link will already be posted. How about that? Steve, you're setting it up. Sounds like you volunteered. Your idea, way to get that thing off the ground.
Don't know how to do that at all. Wouldn't know where to go.
The problem was, Steve, we did it last year, 2 years ago. You didn't join.
Really?
So
that sounds like me.
It's not real show or podcast related when 50% of the podcast isn't even in it. So do I have your guarantee that you will join and fill out a bracket?
When does my bracket need to be filled out by?
I want to say Thursday by noon. It's 4 days, and you do it on your phone.
Do I have to sign up for anything?
Yahoo? Do you have Yahoo?
Yahoo? Really?
Well, it's either that or ESPN. You pick. What's more likely that Steve's going to have an account for? ESPN.
Yes.
I mean, really?
Yahoo? What do you want me? You want me to use my Hotmail address to sign up for?
You've done one of these before with us. I want to say 2 or even 3 years ago. You were in.
I did?
Yeah, you were involved. I mean, I'll pull it up and I'll show you off air, but I'm pretty sure you were in, and we both got destroyed.
Okay. All right. I'm in.
Good. That's the only way I'm setting it up. I'm not doing this for me and listeners.
But here's the thing. At the earliest possible moment that I can fill that stupid thing out,
Yep.
you have to let me know.
Tonight, 6:30 p.m.
That means tonight at 6:30 p.m.
I'll send you a text.
You have to let me know.
Yep.
With a link and everything. And then
this was your idea. Why is this now a job for me? How is this?
And then when there is 1 hour remaining before it has to be in,
sure.
You got to let me know.
Certainly, Steve. You got it. That doesn't seem to be a hindrance on the guy who didn't bring it up at all.
Well, look, I'm just trying to take an interest in your interests.
By making me do the work.
By making you do the work. Yes. All right? Thank you.
Best 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's good enough. Tucker Carlson's a weirdo. James Gunn's hired. James Dillon sucks.
Okay. Ended rather abruptly.
I mean, right? Anything else you want to chime in? Do you have anything else?
Yeah.
Lori Laughlin.
Yeah. Aunt Becky, have mercy.
Which I didn't ask. Thank you again to Nikki. Very, very much for the more than generous gifts. That's outstanding. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll have to do a photo shoot, or because I think we can actually wear these shirts.
Yeah, these ones are okay in public, right?
You can download, subscribe, and review the show on iTunes, the Apple Podcast app, Google Play, TuneIn, Stitcher, YouTube, Libsyn, Spotify, SteveandKyle.com, SteveandKyle.com/merch. Follow us on Twitter @SteveandKyle, Facebook.com/SteveandKyle. Also on Instagram @SteveandKyle. Or you can call or text your questions or comments or concerns 424-30-SK-POD. That's 424-307-5763. And I feel like I had something else to say. Don't remember, though.
I mean, join the bracket tournament. You have until Thursday. We'll post it a couple of times on social media. Be sure to find it.
Oh, now I remember.